Hey guys, it's your girl Kira here, and this is the beat that we are doing today. It's giving like a mini baby Smokey. It's giving va-va voom in the hair. If this is your vibe and you want to go ahead and learn how I did this beat, learn how I did this makeup, learn how I did this hair, everything, stay tuned, stick around, because this video about to go down, okay? I'm giving you all of my tips and tricks. It's half me talking, half voiceover. It's a vibe, and I want you to be beat because my face is beat and we can be beat together. So let's get it. What's up, guys? Oof, I look real bad in the face, but it is all good because today I'm going to show you guys all of my skincare, all of my makeup, all of my tricks and tips so we can have a flawless face. The other day I posted on my story my face no filter when I just beat my face, and the girls was like, a tutorial, and I said, period, poo, I got y'all, say less. So let's kind of go over everything I've been using lately, and some of this video I'm going to be like talking right here like this, and then the rest of the video I'm probably going to be just doing like a voiceover because it's really hard to talk and like do your makeup, especially when it comes down to like eyebrows. Like I have to, if I'm going to talk, it has to be like off camera, or I just whatever. My eyebrows is sacred, you know, it takes a long step, it's a long process, but whatever. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into skincare first and how I prep my skin to do my makeup. So I'm taking off all these rings because I hate having my rings on when I do my makeup. So the first step that I go into is after I wash my face. Like this is like me fresh out of the shower and I didn't do anything. I saved everything for this video. So the first thing that I put on is this Korean skincare CosRX brand Snail Mucin. Yeah, it might sound crazy, but trust me, it works. I just put 4 pumps, and I know I shouldn't put that many pumps, but hey, you know what? It's all good. Probably 2 pumps is what you really need, but I'm extra, and this is just what I do. In between each step, I do let it dry down a little bit, so I'm not like keeping it, I'm not piling on extra product on top of product while the other product is working. So I do wait like 5 minutes in between each. So yeah, let's go ahead and wait 5 minutes. Snail Mucin, not really for sure like how true it really is, but basically it says that it closes your pores. I have been using this for, I want to say, the past 2 months already. Not long. You can see it's not that much use. And I will say I noticed a difference in how my overall skin looks once the makeup is on my face. I look more airbrush, it looks more finished, it looks more va-va voom. You feel me? So I do like this Snail Mucin. I do like this product. I definitely think it's a good base, and because it's more liquidy, I feel as though it's like a serum, and I feel as though that should be applied first. Okay, so that dried down a little bit. Like on the skin, like when you put it, it's very liquidy, but on the skin, it does give you like, not sticky or tackiness, but you could just tell like something is there. I don't know. I'm looking at my camera up here. So if you see me look up here, it's because I'm looking at my camera. It gives you like a nice little tight finish. So I go right in with my Numb Buzzin' Cream. I know that sounds really crazy. Even the directions and everything in the back is in a different language. So I'm like, woo! But if you look at the bottle, this says skin softening. So this is like the sister, hand in hand, Jack and Jill product to the Snail Mucin. And I'm looking at my camera. I just placed just like 1 dropper in the 3 different spots. And then I put this all over my face. And this, honestly, in conjunction, I think, with the Snail Mucin, is what gives my face that like airbrush look at the end. Another thing that I use in conjunction with all this skincare is this powder that I put into my water. It's called Pique, P-I-Q-U-E. It is a beauty enhancer from the inside out. So basically it works on balancing out all of your insides and hydrating you from inside to out, so you can have better, plumper, supple skin. I recently discovered it watching someone else's vlog. I don't even remember whose vlog I seen it on, but I was like, oh, let me try it. And I actually do like that product. It's not something I use every day. It's kind of expensive, so I kind of try to do it like twice, 3 times a week, but it's still something that I add extra into like my skincare routine. So I have this MAC Lustre Drops. I got this a long time ago. I mean, ages ago at this point. And then I'm also using my Milk Primer Hydro Grip. This this is the bomb. This is something that I didn't even know was vegan. And I discovered it when I went to Sephora with my homegirl. We were like, oh my God, it's vegan. Yeah, let's try it. All right, cool. Now, somebody might be telling me I'm putting too much, but you know what? It's all good. It is all good. I should work on using less. Okay, so you see how I did that? So then I'm going to take the Lustre Drops and I'm just adding literally this much to my cheeks, and then that's going to work my whole face. I actually started using a brush too to apply all of my products because I just didn't want like my skincare to mix in. The brush application for me is a much better technique than using your fingers and having all of that product in your fingers, especially with the MAC Lustre Drops. It tends to be like very gold and it has it like kind of sticking on your fingers, and we don't want that. So I'm literally just taking this brush, going over my face and making sure I get all the nooks and crevices so it can have like a little luster. I don't know why my camera is choosing to focus on this horrible mirror, but you know, it's all good. You see what we're doing here and moving along. I almost forgot to lay down my edges. I need to lay down my edges before I apply makeup. Okay, now we're ready to go. Now, I do my eyebrows a little bit differently. I get a pencil and I just follow the bottom of where my eyebrow should be. I kind of like that rounded brow look. I used to really be into those like high arches, but now I feel like the rounded brow looks better for my face. So I'm filling in my tail with this pencil. My pencil is going to be a link below. And then I just fill it in nice and lightly and I run it over. Now, when I do content and I do like pictures and stuff, I really need my eyebrows to be dark so it can show up. I can show you guys an old video. My eyebrows used to be so light and I did not like that for pictures or for videos. So I had to switch up the type of application. So if you're going to be like in front of people, this may be too much of a beat, but like for content, this is enough. So after I do both eyebrows, I look crazy. It looks like I have a unibrow, but trust the process. Trust the process. So I am actually getting out my NARS concealer right now. And not concealer, I'm sorry, my foundation. And I am putting just a tad on my cheek because that's going to be like my little place where I like take, rub it in and I'm able to, you know, put the product on my brush and clean up the area below my eyebrow. So the reason why I use my foundation color, because I noticed that when you go a lighter color and if you don't get really close to your eyebrow, it does not blend well and it looks like this ashy line around your eyebrows, and we don't want that. We don't want that. So I'm taking my time to really shape my brows. I really did want to show this process because a lot of videos I don't show this process, so it might seem weird, but you know, let's watch this. I'm gonna show y'all some things. I definitely need to shape the top of my brows. I think what happens too is I get a little crazy and wonky with the angled brush, filling in my eyebrows, that I have to make sure that I shape it. So just remember that eyebrows are like sisters, they're not twins. So both of them aren't going to be perfectly symmetric or even, and that's okay. I am totally okay with that. So after I do that, I go into the middle and kind of like clean up that unibrow look. I take one of these little spoolie brushes. I bought like a disposable pack of spoolie brushes just to have. And I love how I feather out the front of my eyebrow so it's not too harsh and too thick of a line in the front of my eyebrow closest to like my nose. Okay, focus in. So you see how it looks feathered out. It's not as dark in the beginning. Yeah, so that's what we want. I got what I needed to get. So now what I'm doing is I'm just applying the rest of my foundation on my face. I am running out of foundation, clearly. It's like, come on, get out. So after I do this, I clean up any excess that's on the little tip and I rub it in with a makeup brush. This is the Macao color, Macao. And I feel like it blends in well. It blends in with my chest not my neck. So one thing that I learned from, shopping around at Sephora, they want the makeup to blend in with your chest and the rest of your body. So I definitely recommend making sure you get that. Any darker than this to match like my hands or something, I think would be too dark. And you can always blend this into your neck. Also, too, with NARS that I wanted to mention was that NARS dries down into a different color. So that color that you see in the bottle, just get, like, when you're testing out NARS, make sure it dries down and see what color it is, and always try the flash test. So even when you're inside a Sephora, take your camera, put the flash on, and take a picture. You do not want to look ashy or ghost-like. So when you're going out taking pictures, you're looking real good. You know me, feeling myself. Oh, I look crazy. Do not mind this space right here. But you know what? I got to get it in the nooks and crevices. So basically, I'm just rubbing this all around my face. And yeah. In between each step, I have to use my setting spray. And I set my face and I wait. You have to. This is important. Then I take my Beauty Blender brushes and my Beauty Blender sponges. I am so tongue-tied today, guys. Don't mind me. And I just like run my whole face through with these Beauty Blenders, and boom. Get all over my eyebrows, all over my eyelids, all over my forehead. And I pat it in. And what I'm trying to do is soak all of that makeup and everything into whatever pores that I have left, so it can come off with this flawless finish. This is very key. How you do this part will set up the rest of your face. So if you have any lines and your makeup starts to separate before you put on the rest of your makeup, trust me, it will show if you don't use your Beauty Blender correctly. I'm just going back in with my brush, making sure that my brows are feathered out and looking good. And when I see my base like this, I absolutely love it. I know it's going to be for a good application. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my brows, my lids. Honestly, everybody always asks, like, what is your eyeshadow? I don't even know at this point, because the palette that I have is a palette that I purchased from ColourPop years ago. And y'all, it is so beat up that all of the wording for the palette is off. So if you get the same palette that I have, which is the Bare Necessities palette from ColourPop, it is the top right. The top right. That's all I can remember. So that's what I use as like the little base of my lid. It is as close as it's to my skin color. I don't really like to do too much. When I have a content day, I want my lids to be very neutral. I don't really want to have like all these colorful eyes, because I want it to go with every outfit that I put on. Now I'm going into like my little crease here with a color that's kind of like a dark brown. Again, I don't know the name of the color, but it is the bottom row and it's the second from the right. I know, I'm going to find this out for you guys. And if I do find this out before this video goes out, I'll put it in the description below. So honestly, that's enough for me. I don't really do too much with my lids. Next, we're getting into like a contouring situation here. It's ColourPop, okay? I said the same thing. Oh my God, I'm cracking up. Okay, so I just put this along my forehead in a crazy line. Even watching that, it looks crazy. But honestly, guys, like, it works. Look at where I'm starting. I'm starting right at the bottom of my cheekbone. So I don't want to go into that little indent area that is way too low and it's going to drag your face down. It's a little bit higher. I kind of went a little lower on the right, on my left side, but the side that you're looking at is the correct side. So I'm taking another brush and I'm just blending it in. This is like a flathead brush. And I blend this because my forehead is big, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know my flaws, all right? I know my flaws. So I blend this in to make the appearance of my forehead diminish as much as it humanly can. You do not, guys, do not have to come down that far if your forehead is smaller. But you know what? When you go to the side, just make sure that you're brushing up or towards your eyes. Yep, I said that. You see? Brush up, okay? Don't mind me. So basically you do that, and then you do that until it blends out. You don't want any sharp lines on your face, because then it'll look crazy. If you feel as though you came down too far, and sometimes I do, but I'm just too lazy to clean it up, what you could do is take your concealer and just like clean it up. Then I got me some Fenty concealer. Ooh, first and foremost, these bags under my eyes are bagging, honey. So anything that can help these bags alleviate, I am with. So I use the Fenty concealer. I put it underneath my eyes, and I put a little bit under my lip, and then I put a line down my nose. And those are pretty much it. I think that when you put it here, it just lifts your face. I think anywhere else we're doing too much. I have noticed there's some people that actually put like concealer underneath that the contour on the cheek. I just haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't learned that technique, and I don't want to mess with it because I kind of like how my face looks when I'm done my makeup. So we gonna keep that for somebody else. But I blend this in with a brush. I do not use my beauty blender right now. You'll see that's going to come in a second. But I take everything right now with a brush. I'm taking that a little bit above my eyebrows, really cleaning up that nose line. I kind of blend it in to my face as far as it can go. I mean, my forehead as far as it can go. I'm still not done with my contour. See my nose, it's not done. That's why just wait for it. It's coming. Now I'm going to be grabbing my beauty blender so I can blend in under my eyes. It's the same beauty blender that I've been using. And honestly, guys, I like that there's still makeup on it, so it's not like a super light concealer underneath my eye. But to each his own. Everybody can use whatever makeup brushes and beauty blenders that they want, clean or unclean. Me, I'm not that bougie. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And you see how I went up into, like, you see how it's lifting my face? You want it to lift. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Ooh, yeah, baby. The lighting is a little darker because guess what? The sun is playing. You see how the sun, I had to curse the sun out, and Mother Nature was really playing with me. So really quick, just take like a look at my jawline real quick. On your right, but my left, you see how that's like flat? And you see how like on your left and my right, my cheek kind of goes out. So I've learned something about myself when I went to a med spa. My masseters on my right are way too big. It's like the jaw that you, the muscle that you use to chew, they're way too big. So I'm actually getting that fixed, guys. When I'm looking down at this, I look crazy, but I just had to let you guys know because once I get it fixed, baby, I'm making another tutorial because I didn't like my jawline in this video. Okay, now that I'm done texting, let's get into my Kosas. I found this at Sephora, y'all, and it was in those little things that you wrap around. You know how like you get to the register and you wrap around and they have like all those products there? I literally discovered this and I was reading like the box and it was talking about how hydrating it was, how it lifts your skin, how it like makes you look like you don't have any pores. And I was like, bro, I've never heard this. And before I was using the Banana Color Pop powder that you put underneath your eyes, and I felt like that wasn't really doing what I needed to do. I was starting to cake up in that area, and yeah, I had to try something different. So I'm going back in. I have like a million angle brushes. They're different widths and shapes, but I'm going in with this angle brush and I'm going underneath of my eyebrow. Check me out. And I'm blending it in towards, you're probably like, why didn't I do this before my eyeshadow? Trust me, y'all. Everything blends in. So now I'm going down the bridge of my nose. Focus on my face, not the mirror. Now I'm going down the bridge of my nose and I'm just giving myself like that contour for a snatched nose, and I'm taking that same, I'm not applying any more product, I'm taking that same and I'm blending it down so it's not giving me that like really sharp line because nobody wants that. You want it to look soft like a little baby. Okay, so now after I did the other side, I'm going back in with my Kosas powder because I just want to blend out my nose again and all of that powder that's on top. I mean, all of that product that's on top of my nose. I just want to make sure that that all sets, and I'm using the Kosas. And honestly, baby, that Kosas was the best thing I could have found. I'm so excited. I get so excited when I do my makeup because I'm like, I literally transformed from homeless to that girl in about 45 minutes, and I just love myself. So yeah, so I go down, I try to get as far down as I can just so I can make sure that it blends nicely. And now it is time for some blush. So y'all, this is probably the cheapest blush that I own. It's like blush that I found really quick on Amazon because I wanted like an orange blush. I was even trying to look at it to see like where did I get this from because I don't remember, but I wanted an orange blush, and that's it. That's the first one I got. It was super cheap. So I'm just going in right below that little triangle that I made on my face with the concealer. I'm going in, I'm just patting it in, pushing it more so instead of rubbing it across because I don't want to mess up any makeup. And then I go up to my little hairline there and I blend it all in. I don't want it to be a clear separation. You ever seen those like ice cream containers when it's vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate? And I don't want my face to look like that on the side. I want it to blend in nicely. So if you don't see clear lines of separation, you're good to go. Next up is my highlight, and it's from MAC. It's pink. Normally everybody goes with gold. I just don't find the need to use gold highlighter anymore. I'm a pink highlighter type of girly, and yeah, it looks good. So my Sony just died, and I realized I didn't charge it all last night, and I was creating all day yesterday, and I didn't even think, oh, let's check the battery life before I get started. So whatever, I'm now on my Nikon, my vlogging camera, which is okay. It's not a bad camera at all. Like, I love my Nikon, but I just thought I was going to be recording on my Sony today. It's all good. Anywho, I am just applying my little pink highlighter now, and that's it. Guys, look at this dusty palette. I'm trying to tell you, it's dusty, crusty, and musty, but it's cute. So basically, I'm taking like a white powder that's in the top left of this palette, and I am just going in the inner corners of my eyes. I love this look. I feel like it looks, I don't know, it brightens up my eyes more, and I feel like it takes away and diminishes the bags under my eyes as well. So I just kind of take a little bit and go underneath my eyes, and I take a little bit and I go on the top of my eyes, and it makes for cute pictures because it makes your eyes pop more, especially with adding the eyeliner and the waterline liner. It's really cute. This part right here is where I start feeling like a bad bitch. So I take a small skinny brush and I dip it in that dark brown shadow that I went around my creases with on my eyes, and I take it underneath my eye line and I rub it across to give me like that smokier, blended out look. And baby, it's just something about how it looks when you're done and you add your mascara. That like little blended smoky line at the bottom is so like sexy to me. I don't know why. I just love looking sexy in the eyes. Next up is eyeliner, and girls, let me tell y'all, I get so much anxiety putting on liner, trying to make it so perfect on each side and trying to make them both look like something that I mess up every time, okay? They're sisters, not twins. So as you can see, I'm literally just doing like a nice small little line out. I don't go too far. Like, I'm not trying to push it. And then I just do a little line above my above my lash line. And I'll tell you why. I noticed that when I put on eyeliner, it allows my eyelashes to adhere more. I don't know if you're the type of girl that puts the lashes over top of her lash line or below, but I put mine on top, and I feel like my lashes last longer with them on top. You can see, I already messed up. I feel it. I recorded this like 2 weeks ago, and I'm looking at myself now, and I was like, did I mess up? Yup, you saw my face? Oh my God. And see, this is me going back, second guessing myself, trying to but it's okay. Like, mess ups are all right. This is a real candid makeup session. I don't want you guys to think that I'm perfect, because I'm not. Like, I'm winging this every day, but yeah, it looks like something. Yep, there we go. Let's talk lashes. Anything that's called wispy, or like anything that demi wispy, thick wispy, if I'm saying that right, I freaking love. Do you hear me? I love wispies because it's like a mixture of short and long lashes, so it gives you more of like a demure, sexier look in the eyes. So yes. Tweezers, I use pointed tweezer to grab my lashes. I find that a pointed tweezer versus like a flatter head tweezer works better to apply and get closer to the corners. Maybe I'm crazy, but just be careful with whatever tweezer you use, because listen, y'all, I will poke an eye out. I'm just cleaning off my lashes from the last time, and I'm zooming in so you guys can really see me apply this. Like, we're getting up close and personal. I've applied my glue, which I don't want to disclose because I don't want to be judged for the type of glue that I use. I have been before, and I'm not going to do that again. So you see, I put it down at the bottom first, and then I take it, I point it, and I put it into the corners second. And then I get it really close as possible. Oh, nice and tight. And then now we're going to go to the other side. You guys can see I put it down like kind of like in the middle. And this side I do opposite. I do the inner first and then I do the outer last. I try to get as close to my lash line as possible. I want it to look like it's growing from my lid. And then what I like to do is keep pushing it into my eye line and lash line as close as possible, because the closer I can get it, the more natural it looks. All right, let's go into my lip liner and my lip gloss combo, because the girls have been hunting me down for this, and let me tell y'all, I am obsessed. So this is a Charlotte Tilbury Foxy Brown. Y'all, this brown is like the perfect shade of brown for, I think, any complexion. If you're just looking for something soft, and that's not too dark, something that just sits on the lips right, this is it. So how I apply it is I kind of want that line to be a little bit over and a little bit below my actual like lip line. And the reason why I like that is because it kind of gives me that effect of like overlining, but not too much. And it really makes the lips look good. I gotta clean off that little, it's gonna come off. It has to come off. Yeah, it has to. So I make sure it's perfect. Yep, that's that. I really like my makeup here. It looks really good. Not to toot my own horn, but now for me, for you might think that's too light, but honestly, guys, I don't want anything darker, especially in person. So this is my Buxom lip gloss. It is a lip plumping lip gloss, and for me, this was actually before I got my lips done, but like for me, I wasn't a fan of like all of those like little lines, little creases in my lips. So, and I used to think that lip plumping products weren't for women of color, but they can be. And I feel like it smooths out those lip lines. And I think that's what we all want, just the appearance of like smoother lips. It just looks bomb to me. So I'm applying this, and that's that. That's pretty much it, besides some more setting spray. All right, guys, makeup done. Back there's a hot mess. We're not talking about it. That's the stuff that I gotta take pictures in today. So let's talk, okay? I'm back. We can talk. So my lips, my lipstick, my lip gloss was Buxom. I freaking love that, by the way. I bounced between Samantha and Sandy as my two colors. So yeah. Anywho, putting on my nipple covers. Everybody always asks me, Kira, what bra are you wearing? Girls, these things are fake. So because they're fake, I don't really wear a bra, okay? I just put on my nipple covers because my nips are always high beams, and I'm like, nah, they gotta go. I'm not really trying to do all that. Right now, I'm about to curl my hair. So everybody always asks me, oh my God, how do you curl your hair? Who does your hair? Where's your hair from? My hair is from Kendra's Boutique. I'm curling my hair. The girls always ask me, how do I curl my hair? And they look at my technique. I have this barrel. I'm gonna link my barrel down below. I got this from Amazon. As you can see, it's super old. Look at that little brown ring around it. Girls, this is like my go-to, the Babyliss. Ooh, baby. So I just take like a section of hair, you know, and then usually that section of hair is going down, if that makes sense. So it's not like a flat piece. Like I don't section my hair in rows. I section my hair in short columns, if that makes sense. So as you can see, it's like up and down. It's not side to side. And these are tracks. So it's not gonna look like real hair. But anyway, so now that I have this a small short column, I take my barrel, okay? The barrel is the side furthest away from me, and the clippy part is the side to the front. So then you see, and then I take it, clamp it down, run it through the hair. Why do I run it through the hair? Because I start heating up that hair. So as soon as the barrel gets near it, it's all activating and it's all heating up. And then I leave it on my hair. I count to about like 10-15 seconds on my head. The curls in the back, I count to about 10 seconds. The curls in the front, I count to about 15 seconds. I want the curls in the front to be tighter because I feel like the curls in the front of my face get looser quicker. I don't know why that is, but, and then that's it. And then I drop it down. And then I grab that little column right above it. And then sometimes around like the crown, not the crown, but around like my part, I have to go over that section a couple times. And then I just do this all over my whole head. And then when I get to the other side, like you see how I'm doing the flat piece in the front and the barrel in the back. So when I get to this side, it flips. So the flat piece is in the front, the clipper, and then the barrel is in the back. This is, I want to say, a 1-inch barrel. I have every size barrel there is, and the 1 inch just gives me like the right amount of like body wave curl that I like. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to do this to my whole head. And then when I'm done, I'm going to show you how I finger it out. This is like, I just was thinking to myself while I'm curling my hair, like this is a very detailed, like, get ready with me. I never get so detailed. I think before when I was doing it, I was so trying to get the, like the technique and the makeup down pat that it was like, I can't even deal. But I just did a makeup routine, and the only thing that I switched out from the previous makeup routine to this one is like my base skincare and my products. That's it. Like 2 of my products. Literally like only 2 of my products changed. And then I also wanted to show you this piece, because this piece I kind of do 2 different ways. So it's like a section here and a section here. So let me curl this one backwards like I do the rest of my hair. Yeah, it's time for me to get a new curling iron. Even that squeaky noise drives me up a damn wall. Okay, so you see that? And then you see this piece right here, because it's the top piece, I go over it, but like sideways. So the clip is still at the top and the barrel's still in the back, but I just go sideways. I didn't go like column like this. I went like this, if you noticed, and that gives it a different curl. So anyways, you can see all the curls are still in. You know, it's not that big of a deal. And then I just flick it. Flick it. And that's it. Once I flick it, then I take my hands, I finger it out just a smidge. And then I, like that. And I'm fucking done. Holyfield. I just want to have a good night. I just want to have a good night. Hold up. And your girl is now done with my hair and makeup, and I'm about to get set to do some content. So I'm gonna take you back into my office, and I turn my curling iron off. I gotta triple check, and that's that, y'all. My makeup is like the funnest part of my day. Because I love it. So basically in my office, as you guys can see, I kind of have like 2 sets now. So I have this set right here where I just do like my standing videos. That's pretty much where all of my videos are done, and I freaking love that. Then I have this set right here, which is like carpet and like a little whatever. So it's not just the same plain beige wall and this type of floor. Then I have my mirror over here so I can see myself, and this is like my lighting situation here, so I can start popping those babies on, and that's that. Then I have my clothes right here. I have my shoe rack right here, so it's really easy when I'm doing my content to kind of like see everything else that's in my room. I can see like what my next reel is going to be. I can look at like the content that I can create, what shoes I want to grab while I'm trying on this outfit. Because honestly, y'all, sometimes when I do these get ready with me's on my feed, if you see a weird angle, it's because I'm trying to fix my tripod. If you see these get readies with me's that I do, a lot of the times I'm like trying them on and winging it at the same time that I am recording. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really, that's it for getting ready with me for content day. I have my camera charging down here because my Sony died. So the Sony is going to be in the beginning of this video, and then this is the Nikon Z30 in the end of this video, so you can kind of see. I'll link both below just in case you guys want to start recording with like a DSLR instead of a camera from your phone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think I went over everything for my get ready with me and my get ready with me to do content. So I'm done. All right, y'all, you guys have a great day. I hope you guys got inspired to want to go out, do some makeup. Everything is linked below. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye. But hold on, where are you going? Pick another video. We're not done. Let's get it.